It's really exciting. We haven't played in a long time. Last time we played was in December, so I'm really excited to get the season going and finish off my ride at JMU the right way.
What do you kind of see out of Middle Tennessee's offense kind of early in game prep?
It's like an air raid offense, so a lot of quick throws, screens, gadgets, stuff like that, outside zones. Really trying to get the ball at the quarterback's hands really fast, so that's really what I see mostly.
How important is it for you guys on the D line to kind of put pressure on their quarterback so he doesn't have much time to throw the ball?
I think that's very important. When you can get the quarterback rattled, he's the guy that runs the show and does everything. So when you can get him off his game, it kind of messes with the rest of the offense as well, timing and things of that nature. And that's what a lot of quarterbacks and receiver combos are about, is timing. And when you can mess up that timing, that's when they start making mistakes and we can get takeaways.
Is there a different feeling going into this week than maybe another game, just with it being the first FBS game of the season?
I would say it's pretty similar. We like to treat every game the same in terms of our preparation and how we attack the week. Obviously, there's excitement on campus and that, but we try and block that out. We kind of prepare the same way we would prepare for an FCS opponent.
Yeah, and then Jamari has played against these guys before.
Mm-hmm.
Have you talked to him kind of about this offensive line? Last year, you think he had like 3.5 tackles for a loss in that game. Have you talked to him about playing against them?
Not really, because they don't really have a lot of their offensive linemen coming back. I think they really only have the center coming back. So I haven't really asked him about, because the people he played against are different players, so you can't really gauge based on that. But him being experienced against their team in general will definitely be a plus. But no, I haven't really talked about his play against them specifically.
Well, speaking of their center, I don't know, JMU fans have definitely seen it, but did you see kind of what he had to say this week about the defensive line?
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, it's whatever. If he feels that way, then he feels that way. I mean, he's gonna have to line up and play us like everybody else, so it's nothing really.
Every time I've talked to somebody on the defense for the last 2 years now, you guys always talk about, it's the next man up, it's the next man up.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of been put into reality quite a bit for training camp. As one of the senior leaders on this team, how have you been kind of reinforcing that to some of those younger guys?
I've just been letting them know, like, everybody has, like, every team has injuries. Every team has people who leave, people who graduate. So everyone's dealing with it. So it's nothing new. So it's not a situation where it's foreign in college football. So you just got to treat it like it's any other day. Because, like, last season, even though I've been here for a while, it was my first time really playing in a starting role, playing meaningful minutes, and I was able to do pretty well. So just because you haven't been in that situation before doesn't mean you won't succeed in it. So that's really what I've been telling them, and I'm letting them know that we all have confidence in their ability to play. That's why they're here, and that's why they're put in a position to play. So that's really just what I've been saying.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, you mentioned, last season was the first year with, like, significant minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at a week where you get to start making your second round
Yeah.
of significant minutes. Does that, like, what does that mean for you to be able to know that you're, just a couple steps away from that at this point?
It means a lot. I mean, I'm an older guy on the team, and I got to take sort of a leadership role in terms of getting everybody ready to play and getting everybody hyped to play, and keeping a level head throughout the entire game, because there's a lot of ups and downs. So it's really exciting to be the old guy who has to carry a little bit more of a load on the team, and I'm excited to do that.
Signetti has seemed a lot more, pleased with the defense this past week rather than maybe a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you guys did to kind of like flip a switch or turn anything on between then and now?
I don't think there's anything specifically we did different. I think it's just getting more comfortable with the defense, because we have a lot of new faces in there. So getting used to the way people communicate and how people react to certain situations has allowed us to play off of one another more in a better way. So I feel like we've just been getting more comfortable and getting better chemistry. So that translates to us playing better overall, and coach being more pleased with how we perform in practice.
What have you kind of seen from January sliding to the inside after starting camp at the edge?
It's always interesting when an outside guy goes inside, because it creates a mismatch in the defense's favor, because they have a little bit more twitch, a little bit more speed and get off than a normal interior guy. So I feel like that's definitely going to play into our hand in this game, because he'll be a different look as opposed to like the more big, beefier interior guy. You got a more slim, quicker, quick twitch kind of guy. So I think it'll be very interesting to see how it plays out.
Do you think there's a big difference between the two positions, or is it kind of an easier transition to make sliding in?
I would say playing end and playing three technique are pretty similar because of the way we play in our defense and the way most four down fronts play. I would say end and three tech are pretty similar. It's just that end has more space because they're out on the edge. But I would say, yeah, it's pretty in my experience at JMU, that's really where the transition will go through. They'll take a five technique end and put him at three tech. It's not usually like a stud that'll go to three tech because it's a little differently. But yeah, those two positions are pretty similar. It's just a matter of space.
What have you kind of seen from, Mikael Kamara coming back? Obviously, played during the spring COVID season, now coming off an injury. I talked to him, we did a few weeks ago. He said he, feels phenomenal, put on a lot of weight this offseason. What have you kind of seen from, him through fall camp?
He's really determined this season, all throughout summer and then throughout August. He's done things to make himself better in terms of his hands, his get off, his speed. In the spring, he was a freshman. He was fat and stuff, like chubby. And now he's like really filled out his frame and he's looking much better on the edge. And I feel like he's poised to have a really good like breakout type season coming back off the injuries. You can't even really tell. So I think he'll be really good this season.
How much of an opportunity is this for you guys to show off what this program is kind of on a national stage now with an FBS game against another FBS opponent to open the season?
I think it's a really big opportunity because people like to downplay the level of play at FCS. So I think it's really a good opportunity for us to showcase, not only for us, but for all the other programs in the FCS, how good the competition level was and how good we really are in the grand scheme of college football.
Are there any game day traditions that you as a defensive unit kind of have that you're looking forward to kind of sharing with some of these newer guys come Saturday?
Not really, honestly. Game day traditions. Nah, nothing like that. I wish we would get something like that going. Maybe we'll think of something. But nah, we don't really have no real game day traditions except for like celebrations after we win. We do like a little dance thing. But in terms of before the game, nah, there's no real game day tradition.
Do you have any like game day superstition or anything before the game?
I have to pray at the student section end zone before every game. I try to only drink one Gatorade when we go to the hotels. And I always sleep in the bed that's farthest from the door in the hotel. I don't know why. I just do that every game. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
What color does the Gatorade have to be if it's only one?
It doesn't have to be a specific color. It's usually like blue, but nah, it doesn't have to be a specific color. It's just one. Yeah, just one Gatorade. The rest is just water. Yeah.